Alleluia, 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 Alleluia.
A reading from the Gospel of Matthew. When Jesus came down from the hill, large crowds followed him. Then a man suffering from a dreaded skin disease came to him, knelt down before him and said, "Sir, if you want to, you can make me clean." Jesus reached out and touched him. "I do want to," he answered. "Be clean." At once the man was healed of his disease. Then Jesus said to him, "Listen, don't tell anyone, but go straight to the priest and let him examine you. Then, in order to prove to everyone that you are cured, offer the sacrifice that Moses ordered." The Gospel of the Lord. In other translations of today's Gospel, we see the dreaded skin disease, also referred to as leprosy. Now, leprosy in the New Testament has almost a different meaning to that it has in the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, it is frequently associated with uncleanness, and people with leprosy traditionally suffered banishment from their families and their neighbours. Anyone with leprosy would be considered alone because nobody wanted to be around them. Whereas in the New Testament, Jesus wanted to break free from this tradition of keeping their distance from people with leprosy. He treated lepers with compassion. It stresses God's desire to heal people. And Jesus freely touched them in order to heal them. He didn't maintain his distance. We also see in today's gospel that some people come to find religion, come to find their relationship with our Father looking purely for a miracle. People find him when they're sick and they're suffering, and he came to Jesus knowing that he may be turned away. He asked Jesus, "Sir, if you want to, make me clean." Jesus had a choice. Do I want to or do I not want to? And he wanted to. Jesus provided a miracle, but he then didn't want to take credit for it. He told the man to go show the priest that he had been healed, but don't tell anyone. It shows us exactly the kind of man that Jesus is, that he did not need to take credit for all the miracles he was able to perform. I think that when we experience pain and suffering, whether that be physical, emotional, social, or spiritual pain, can be felt in many different ways, but when we feel that pain, that let's not be too quick to just remove it from our lives and do things on our own, but actually it may be God trying to get our attention, to tell us that something is seriously wrong in our lives and that we should turn to him and ask what he thinks we should do. Our Father who knows us best and knows what's best for us, his children.